Hello, everyone. John here, and welcome back to another episode of the ExpertGate interview series. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with Enosh Yeboah, a digital learning designer with over a decade of experience in creating immersive, inclusive, and results-driven online learning environments. With a strong foundation in instructional design, adult learning theory, and digital tools, Enosh has contributed significantly to the higher education sector and beyond. Enosh's impressive journey includes roles at the University of Sydney Business School, University of Technology Sydney, and also various other organizations where he has consistently driven innovative learning experiences. From co-authoring impactful papers to spearheading projects that enhance educational outcomes, his work truly showcases a commitment to the transformative teaching and learning. Thank you so much for joining with us today, Enosh. Let's start
Thank
with a
you.
bit of a glimpse into your professional journey and what inspired you to specialize in your field of digital learning design.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't ask him, but yeah. So thank you for this opportunity. My name is Enosh, as you've said. I'm a digital learning designer. In short, a learning designer or educational designer, as people may call it. So my background is purely education. So my bachelor's, I did Bachelor of Education Psychology, and I've done Master of Education Special and Inclusive Education. So my work so far started, or I got into this space of teaching learning because of that inspiration or that um, a sort of a natural feeling in me that yeah, the way to go is teaching, and the way to go is to bring up talents and also help. But when I go into the space of education, as a learner myself, I realize the best way of helping people is to take out barriers, remove all barriers. So that is where my stance when it comes to education is. So my way of helping learners is not just designing a space or not just to enhance a learning resources for them, but a way to make it more easy or consumable and helpful for each learner, and how to open up to broaden that space for everyone to get in. So that has been my work. So I've been doing this from the from after my bachelor's. I got into a high school environment where I was working as an intervention teacher. So picking students from various class and various subject areas, and then assessing their learning and finding where they need help, and helping them up. So after my master's, I got into the space of helping people with special needs, especially people with autism, to integrate and also be part of the mainstream learning. And we were creating resources that will help them settle in the mainstream without challenges. So that has been my goal. And now I'm in the highest the higher education level doing same thing. And with this, because we've got the world of learning is now globalized, it's internationalized. All universities, institutions have diverse class of people, cohorts. So using the traditional way of teaching and using what you think works best sometimes takes a lot of students out. So my job as a learning designer is to use this understanding and also my experience and also my learning to open up the space of learning and also to remove all these barriers. So I support academics in thinking that inclusive way of presenting information, thinking inclusive way of opening up their content to learners, and also and helping and enhancing or supporting students to achieve whatever goal their unit or their course is expected. So basically, I would say this is has been my inspiration, and that is what my role as a digital learning designer is about. And as digital learning designer, to add, I work mainly online space. So
Mhm.
online and using digital tools. So I play with a lot of digital tools, and I play on a lot of digital learning environments. So that is basically my role as a learning designer. Yeah.
Wonderful, Enosh. I mean, your journey really highlights a remarkable blend of technical expertise and a deep commitment to enhancing education. And it's
Yeah.
inspiring to see how you've applied these cutting edge, digital tools and
Mm,
methodologies to create a more inclusive environment for learning and breaking down all these barriers. Now,
mm.
let's explore how your expertise really aligns with ExpertGate's mission to drive positive change and innovation in education. So, what types of collaborations are you most excited to explore through ExpertGate?
So yeah, so I think I'm really excited to be part of this and to get into this community. So my aim, I think it aligns with whatever ExpertGate is looking at. So I'm driven mostly with the SDG goals, some of the SDG goals, where we helping people to realize their goals, their dreams, especially inclusive education and also reducing this poverty through learning and all these things. So my expectation and also my goal coming into ExpertGate is to align with projects that promotes inclusive education and also to collaborate with like-minded people aiming to explore new areas and also to push boundaries to help people grow their talent and also to help people reach the on dream goals of that true learning. So I'll be happy to collaborate with people who are looking to maybe conduct a need analysis of maybe a group of people, whether they are their workplace or whether students or whether to understand the nature of people they're working with, just to conduct a need analysis and see where we can fill the gap through learning and teaching. So that is my interest. And I've been doing this with colleagues across other universities, helping academics especially to explore the tools, explore the resources they have to reach these goals, to push boundaries, to make their resources more welcoming and embracing for to students and other people. So I'm expecting and I'm looking forward to a lot of things happening in that space of pushing the boundaries to bring a lot of people in that learning teaching space and also pushing the boundaries to help people realize a dream they've never dreamt of or they've never thought of. Yep.
And that's, that perfectly aligns to what we're doing, Enosh, and it's great to see that you're doing this. And for us as a platform, we recognize this gap in this industry, and we are really reuniting, bridging the gap between academia and industry to push these boundaries, to give back to these underprivileged communities, and really help people achieve what they are looking for in terms of education. Now, how do you see your work, Enosh, contributing to creating a positive social impact, particularly within the communities or industries that you engage with?
Okay, so my role as a digital learning designer, I think it's a way of one understanding the need of people.
Mm,
That would be the first thing. That's how I'm going to support that. So understanding the need of people and finding that gap that needs to be filled. And I think with that exploration, mostly when we go into that space, it brings to mind new and innovative way of doing things, not just the normal or traditional way of doing things, but it brings into being innovative or novel ways of doing things. And also, the same time, it brings to bear a way of understanding the nature and the character of people that we have across. So I'm looking forward to do this more, and I'm looking forward to explore this through the expert gate. So that is how I want to impact to understand the nature of people, not to prescribe. I don't want to be the person who will be telling people this is the solution to this. But first approach that I always use is understand what you have at hand, and through
mm,
your understanding and appreciation of what needs to be done will give you solutions. So solutions is not one cup fit all, but always solutions should be innovative, should be novel, whatever you see it or whether it's been done before, but it should be novel to fit into the space that needs to be done. So that's
mm.
my approach when it comes to that space. Yeah.
So, Enosh, I mean, following with what you were saying about solutions and being innovative and not having this like one size cookie cutter fit all, is should be case by case. Now, at ExpertGate, we really dedicate 50% of all of our profits to developing curricula and teaching initiatives centered around on Industry 5.0. Now, this is really benefiting underprivileged communities worldwide. How do you think we can further enhance these efforts, and what roles can universities and industries play in maximizing their impact?
Okay, so I think not a marketing expert, but I know under the pyramid, the base of the pyramid is where innovation is. That's where innovation sits. And I think we can bridge this gap. First is to get down and understand the needs of those are the underprivileged people, understanding the need and presenting a solution to their needs. So, first, to understand the needs of the people and using our experience to bring out the needs and also using that need that we've appreciated to come up with a solution. So, I'm looking at universities reaching up to close that gap when it comes to learning, teaching in terms of technology integration in the teaching learning space, in terms of making learning accessible to the privilege. So we can do this better if we understand the nature of people at the base of the pyramid. I think most of the universities globalizing learning, but if you sit at the forefront and even in that space of globalization, you realize it's still not globalizing. It's still opening up the access, but the access has gatekeepers. And that is where we have the struggle. That is what I want to change that narrative of closing the gap by presenting a solution or by finding a solution that resonates with the people and that fits and solve their problem. Because at the bottom of a pyramid, there are a lot of dynamics. There are a lot of because I'm from Africa, West Africa to be precise. So back home, there is a deficit when it comes to education, and governments are doing their best to expedite that. And I've seen international institutions trying to bridge that gap by lining up micro credential courses, online courses, and all these. But if you get down there, you realize assessing that is a problem because of internet, assessing that is a problem because of the sort of content type that comes in, because the content types doesn't resonate with the people.
Mm,
So if someone is back home trying to access an online platform, yes, maybe he will get access to the platform, but how will that impact the person's life? How does the learning resource resonate with the needs that is down there? And this is where I always call the need analysis needs to be done, not for specific people, but coming down to the base and understanding what are the basic needs done using the already known resources to make that change. I think that possibly might not help. It will seem to solve a problem, but the problem itself might not be solved because yeah, it called for root learning, it called for just I would say coating that dark surfaces that we know. It called for a lot of things that are not realistic and are not long lasting solution. So I'm looking at an institution bridging that gap by understanding the people and coming up with those solutions that fits and help the people to be specific.
true, truly. I mean, it's important to really identify and understand the actual problems and needs of the people and the
Mm,
community, and then to find
mm.
these tailored kind of solutions. But tapping onto this, as the world really transitions into Industry 5.0, Enosh, how do you envision this revolution shaping the future of higher education, particularly in preparing students for a more human-centered AI-driven workforce?
Okay, so myself, I've been integrating AI. So in my recent conference, which is Escalate conference in Melbourne, about 2 weeks ago, I presented a Pecha on how learning designers can integrate AI in the work by using AI, setting up AI chatbot to help academics make decisions in selecting the right tools into their course design. So the point that I'm raising here is I think AI has come to stay and AI is driving the space. And therefore, I see it as knowing or getting the perspective that works with you to deal with. So, my point as I'm a learning designer, I come from a perspective of seeing AI, looking at AI from the capability space and also its relational point. So if I understand it from this way, it helped me to drive whatever I do with this too. We can't do without it. We can't do without it. It's part of it. And the institutions, I know a lot of institutions seem to be on the fence when it comes to these things. But where I work currently is now moving into our day-to-day activity. So from assessments to content development to delivery. We've got everything responding to this everything that is happening when it comes to the wave of changes that is occurring. So it's something that I'm keen and I'm interested in doing more and also integrating this in my daily thing. And I'm expecting people of like-minded or I'm expecting to collaborate with people in that space, how to come up with ways to integrate all these new technologies, all these AI things that we've got into our daily thing, and also using it to reach out to possible the unknown spaces that we've not tapped.
Yeah, and definitely. I mean, with the AI, it's kind of like the Pandora's box, right? You've let it out of the box, and now it's here to stay. Really, more so than ever, it's utilizing our critical thinking abilities and having it as a tool to supplement whatever
Mm,
we do. That is really key for the
mm,
success of future endeavors in education, universities, Industry 5.0, and all that. And that's been a common kind of response and line of thinking from all the experts in our community that
mm.
I had the privilege to speak to. But Enosh, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. Your dedication to creating inclusive and innovative learning environments really truly resonates with ExpertGate's values. Now, we're excited to see how your collaboration with ExpertGate will continue to drive impact in education and beyond. Now, to our viewers, thank you for joining us. If you're looking for expert guidance or innovative solutions, connect with us at expertgate.org. Stay tuned for more inspiring conversations with changemakers like Enosh Yeboah at
Thank you.
ExpertGate. For everyone, everywhere.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you
Enosh.
so much. Thank you for kind words and also thank you for this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to collaborate with people interested in this space and also to work with people to improve on our learning teaching space and also to integrate all these industry 5.0 ideas in a way of working and bridging the gap or reaching out to the underprivileged and the base of the pyramid too. Thank you.
Yes.